Alright everyone, welcome to Mordheim Madness. My name is Karond and we are here finally for the very last group game in Group D and in the entire group phase to boot. We're gonna see the deciders game here between SlaineMor and Crowley. SlaineMor as the undead, Crowley as the cult of the possessed. We're gonna follow this game from SlaineMor's perspective on Merchant's Quarters map 4. It's gonna be very interesting. I think we will see a Crowley win here. I would put him as the favorite, 80-20. But we'll see what SlaineMor can do here, if he has shaped up a bit since his defeat against Marcus Kane. We are momentarily starting the game here, so let's just jump right into it. Good luck to both players. So here we are, Rivals in the Ruins. I started the recording a little bit earlier, but then it shut down. But here we are. We are watching this game from SlaineMor's perspective. They have had ambush 3 times in a row just prior to this. So we're glad that the game finally got to start. I don't think any player is disappointed with this. It's gonna be interesting to see the 263s here alternating. Who gets to start first? That could affect things quite big here. This map is not too big. We see that the main bridge here to the left of the Globadier, not the one we see here, is destroyed. It's gonna inform us some. Don't throw the poison globe. It's gonna let you know exactly where you are right from the get-go. Alright. But anyway, I think that Crowley is the favorite in this game. He is probably favored by 80-20 or something like that. But we'll see what SlaineMor here can put up, and hopefully puts up a good fight. Some people might say that, well, if Crowley does win here, then what was the whole point? Remember that we're about to let Marcus Kane and Crowley go through from Group D because the other 2 players forfeited from the tournament, and then we added in 2 new players which we are very thankful for, Solfair and SlaineMor. But if they have both lost here, what was the point? But I think that it's good that it's been earned. We get to see more games like this, and these 2 players, Crowley and Marcus Kane, has gotten to prove that they were made of stronger stuff than many of various opponents that they could have faced. But it's all not said and done yet. We can see that initiative here is just a tiny little bit more for... yeah, it's 168 here for SlaineMor and 178 for Crowley, so a little bit more for Crowley. Which is probably an indication here that Crowley does not have too much leadership invested in. Remember that there are lots of zombies here, and they don't produce any morale loss when they do die, and they don't give in too much towards the main morale either, since their maximum leadership is 3 without a book of leadership. Or an armor slot, for that matter. We know from previous experience that we might see 2 Globadiers here, followed by 5 Dark Souls, a Chaos Spawn, and the Order Magister from Crowley, since that worked so well last time. And players who enjoy a sudden turn of success, they rarely switch out the recipe, and I don't think Crowley has done that here. Crowley's gonna be well aware due to the poison cloud here where he is. I'm gonna skip a few of the turns here. Those are some of the Dark Souls coming up, and gonna skip out on them unless someone comes into view. think it's a bit odd here, isn't it? There we go. Here comes the Necromancer with the Mastered Call of Vanhel. Stacking the two, and I know SlaineMor has says that he is only using this for the first turn, this combination, and for the rest of the turns, so I'm gonna cast the Mastered one. I don't know if it's worth it. 3%, 18% curse chance. See if he suffers something from that. No, he does not. That's good. Very good here for SlaineMor. No, I wouldn't go up there. Don't go up there. The bridge is not connected to the main, so you just separated two units here that cannot go and help each other. Yeah, you saw that was... There's no reason whatsoever to go up there. Well, unless you want to use the flanking route, but that depends on Crowley being foolish here and walking down the right under here. I don't think he's doing that. Nothing spotted here so far by the Globadier could be an indication that he was indeed tipped off. Although the Dark Souls might not move too far, we do know that they have meditation. So he might be around the stairs here for the very first time. Still think this Necromancer is in a foolish position, but we'll see what he can do. Maybe it can be a nice surprise here. It's gonna be interesting to see how SlaineMor can handle some of Crowley's units. We know that there will be two Globadiers, both of them using Mastered Headshot a lot. And there needs to be a plan for that and how to deal with it as soon as SlaineMor finds out. As well as a probable chaos spawn. I haven't actually calculated, counted the various characters that have moved here for Crowley. We should do that in the next turn and see. Taking a bit of needless damage here. A bit unlucky. I unshuffled words. He just got up. Meanwhile, what is the biggest threat that SlaineMor has to throw against Crowley here? He has to be wary of attracting lures. They're really good against zombies. They are the best targets for attracting lure in the game. The vampire can of course always be dangerous. This is a much better climb up spot than by the Globadiers. But what else does he have? He has the Necromancer, and they can do a little bit of damage. We know that he is very fond of Warpstone Overcharge. It has been proven not to do exactly what it says it does. But it can also be negated by various wordstones lying around the map, so you have to be having that in mind. We have zombies to grind him down, same as all of the Dark Souls, so you might see a grind fest here. It's going to be important to get to each other's heroes and not have any of the heroes or leaders be tied down by needless units, and especially for SlaineMor here. It's an interesting thing, that ICU, but the problem with an ICU here is that you want it in an area that you're leaving behind. That's really not worthwhile, I think. Being good with all of the climbs, besides the first one. And the slowest unit. I could just have run up a different path there. Other jump up point. Hope he makes it. No, he doesn't. So he's stuck down below.
A new round has started.
Yep, as predictable, by the stairs. Seen most of the warband. Gonna be really careful with the zombie and the necromancer here to the north, because as soon as Crowley finds out he has two isolated units that he has to pummel on, that are not easily reinforced here. I think we had 6 units at 61 initiative, which means the 2 Globadiers. 1 unit at 63, which is suspicious, as that's exactly what the Chaos Spawn had in the last game, if you remember. Yeah, he has found him. Gonna do another headshot here. Very nice. 58. That's a good stun resistance check. Let's see if he uses Adrenaline Rush here. I think it's gonna. I think it's not worth it. But yeah, any kind of damage that SlaineMor can get in on Crowley here is good. Let's succeed. So he took 60 damage on a hero to do 30 damage to a henchman. Clearly to the advantage of SlaineMor here. He's lucky that the Necromancer didn't move forward as much. Gonna see more headshots coming here. Another headshot success. As you know, the Chaos Spawn is gonna come lumbering in here if he fails one of the stun resistances. And he does. There we go. Perseverance pays off. Don't use Adrenaline Rush. Really don't. You don't want the extra 60 damage. Again. In fact, with the zombie down, if you can get to the Necromancer, I would charge him instead. Yeah, here he comes. Go after the Necromancer. Indeed. Hello. He's in a simple dodge stance, but he could take a lot of damage here. Poor opening by SlaineMor. I said that he should not have gone up here, but up here he did. Failed the terror test. Failed the dodge. Might actually die here. Yeah, that's hurtful. And there we go. 1-0 to Crowley. Yeah, what was the plan going up there? I don't get it. Why go up there? should probably engage the zombie here, because he could go into... He will still be visible from the point where... yeah, we do know that if the Globadiers can reach the zombie, then the Magister can go up there and start throwing down a weapon of destruction, as well as some really tasty orders. So go on to the side here now and start shooting down the Chaos Spawn. Do a lot of damage to him. A crippling shot wouldn't be too bad. Warp Poison is useless though, since this Chaos Spawn is one of the few units that are entirely immune to poison. It's immune to poison, SlaineMor. Don't use Warp Poison. Good lord. Well, at least it's a crippling shot. They don't stack, so you don't have to shoot more than once. Please shoot normal attacks. We do note both of the Globadiers here have infused globes, so they can heal up the Chaos Spawn, but any kind of damage you do, it's just nice to have it. And that's all of Crowley's range, with the exception of the other Necromancer. See if he can do something too. Realistically here we're gonna see the Magister going up there where the Globadiers are. Weapon of Destruction, Order, kill off the zombie, make it 2-0. He really needed that Necromancer. I don't remember if this was the Necromancer that has mastered Call of Vanhel. If that's the case, then you can just see the flaw here with the only gonna use Call of Vanhel on the first turn, stacking like that. I could actually catch the Dark Soul now. I think that's a good move. If he doesn't intend to go up there, that's a good move. It's gonna make sure that all of SlaineMor's units that jump down there is gonna get a penalty to movement, and more importantly to dodge. The only thing that really resists this Chaos Spawn. Although the Chaos Spawn here is pretty poor when it comes to melee resistance. Well, I mean hit chance. He's poor with the hit chance. So there are two kinds of defenses that work well against this particular Chaos Spawn. We'll see what Crowley's gonna do here momentarily. Lots of Dark Souls moving up through the corridor here that SlaineMor wanted to ambush. Could just end up going back down, you know, where the Dark Soul came from. But I want him to be a bit careful in doing so, like send down a few zombies and occupy these Dark Souls. You want your leader and troll to go after the Magister and the Globadiers if you can. They're pretty far away right now. Also possible to just go into these Dark Souls and start focus firing on them. Here we see the Magister moving for all his worth. Let's see if he can actually reach. Yeah, we see here that order is being used. Another order. Boom, 2-0. As expected. Globadiers here are probably gonna heal up the Chaos Spawn. Needs to tie it down with something. Something with a decent dodge chance, and particularly something with a decent melee resistance. I feel that that's the biggest weakness here. I haven't seen this anyone helping the Chaos Spawn to hit, and it's a miracle that the Chaos Spawn is even hitting anything at all. It's only thanks to these two headshot Globadiers that he gets to do much damage. Combination of Crusher and Smasher is pretty nice though. Said it in the last game, it's the most damaging combo you can have on a Chaos Spawn. What will SlaineMor do? I actually do think that he should just jump down here and charge with the two upcoming zombies here. If he doesn't want to put in more damage with the Necromancer on the Chaos Spawn here, he can always go out and do a little bit more damage on the Dark Souls and try and fire one or two of them down. Because the Globadiers are pretty far away, they're not going to heal the Dark Souls. And seeing as the Necromancer is already down there, might be a better choice. Oh, I wonder if he has Spell of Doom. I hope he has Spell of Doom. Look at how many targets. There are 4 Dark Souls right in front of Necromancer. He's just begging for some Spell of Dooms here. I hope SlaineMor has picked that spell. It's gonna do a tremendous amount of damage on these Dark Souls. That is an awesome. But alright. That's blocking the down pointer. See, it's not that bad from Crowley. I think he knew what he was doing. Should go down over the sticky sludge. What can you do? Like, no! Come on! Get down there! Are you... Another delay. Oh. Do you have a Spell of Doom? Do you have a Spell of Doom? No nerve shot. Why do you have Master Nerve shot on these guys? There we go, Spell of Doom. Throw Spell of Doom in here, come on. You have 4 targets with a damaging spell, it's like the dream. Yeah, two Spell of Dooms right in the center. Yeah, you can only get 3 of them now. Good. Good. And another one. Perfect. I like this. 200 damage right off. See if you can get up there. Good choice. Gonna be a bit away from. Might even send one zombie back here. I don't know if they can reach it. They're probably gonna go for the icon here in the wagon. no need to move back with the zombie now. So, do you go down here and start hitting on the Dark Souls? I think you should, actually, because I think you can kill off a Dark Soul or two before the Globadiers arrive. They're pretty far away. Why? Why? Who is here to do range damage? Who do you feel threatened by? Okay, so the zombies here have just lost a blue pill each. So does the vampire. Yeah, they are really far away, you can see that. They probably have to go to the left, to the west side here, going around that building. You have 60. They're not gonna go up here. They're gonna surround your Dark Soul if you don't do anything about it. I mean, it's only a sicky sludge. You don't even rely on dodge. Could go down here to the left side. Oh. Okay. I said that he should do this if he hadn't used exhaustion, because now the Necromancer is beyond the reach of the Dark Souls anyway. I don't know what the plan is, honestly, no idea what the plan is. You know, the Chaos Monk has to jump up there if he wanted to, and you can't go down there. Obstructed. If SlaineMor's just gonna sit here on top of there, he's gonna lose at least another unit, and it's gonna be 3-0. Yeah, I mean, maybe you can get to his wagon if you've checked up on them. They haven't picked up their idol or not. And he's doing a bit of damage.
A new round has started.
Should probably factor that in, actually. That since he switched his weapon, he got a much better initiative, and it was suddenly faster than the Dark Souls. He could have avoided using exhaustion. He could have avoided actually going up there. He could have just spammed another of the Spell of Dooms. what is in your spam now instead? Spell of Doom is not worth it. Yeah. Oh, go for one of the. You could have reached the Globadier. Go for one of the Globadiers. Go for one of the Globadiers. Come on. See it lights up. Oh. You know all of the red pills after Globadiers are gonna be to heal. But the Globadier can heal themselves. Oh, please don't stay here. Please don't stay here. He doesn't blow up. Yeah, he doesn't. Good. $60 damage from Adrenaline Rush. That was the Globadier he should have targeted. Could have really made him think twice. Right into a trap. Seems to be going into the direction around the house, as we predicted. Seems to be a little bit of a loss on what to do. Ah, there we go. Infused globe being used. Let's bring that up. Healing up all of that damage that was done by Spell of Doom. Second Globadier. It's gonna be a round of infused globes here. You can see that that's the main thing these Globadiers are meant to do. They are meant to just do headshots and support healing most of the time, from what it looks like. Really still think we should have targeted the Globadiers, you know, because a Globadier can't heal themselves. That's actually true of almost all kinds of healing, with the exception of Life Stealer that we saw used earlier. Which has 16 wounds. Actually, let's bring that up a little bit later here and just see what it does. Restores up to 16 wounds to the caster. That's the only spell that can actually heal you. Of course, Idol of Blood has that effect as well. Still affects the Doomweaver. Alright, a poison globe incoming. It's very clunky to have any area of effect spells and globes in this game. Oh. Succeeds at the poison test. Mark of distraction here, pretty nice. 30% chance to cancel any kind of stance that the target is in. But as you saw with the infused gloves, they do have a negative part to them. They can give you some penalties, which of course zombies are immune to, as well as the chaos spawn, since they are immune to poison. Yeah. Let me see a jump down them. Gonna try and get up there as soon as possible. Clock is ticking, nothing is happening. It does look like the kind of game that we sort of predicted here. SlaineMor not seeming to be able to put up much of a resistance. Even now he's just hunkering down on top of there, with many of the melee units not actually doing anything during their turn. Generally being there. Might see some orders here again. Would it be more efficient to just do a blood offering and then do order? So we'll see what happens. Blood offerings is to do much more damage, 50% more damage. 50% more damage off the base weapon, I should say. Not 50% total more damage. See if he can actually get up there, and if so, he might be able to trigger the zombie to attack him. Gonna go for the idol here. Good choice. SlaineMor did not take it with him. Oh, goes for pillage enemy card, just misses out. Took the wrong one. Happens to everyone, I suppose. Still enemy's idol, there we go, minus 60 morale. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about that, I don't know. So 63 morale more to lose, which is not too much here. At least four kills, but you might see only 3 depending on who is actually killed. Now the parry attempts are gone. Wouldn't matter for the chaos spawn though, but that's what he's waiting for. He was waiting for the bad cap. good support here for the Chaos Spawn. Gonna have 15% more chance to hit now. This is the main issue with this Chaos Spawn, the way it's built. He's doing a tremendous amount of damage, but he's really poor at hitting things. Manages to get a blood offering in here. Let's see what kind of damage. Oh wow, yeah. Stun and a critical. That might be the death of Rhodey Splatterfest. He's gonna live up to his name, seems like. I don't know, yeah, delaying because the Magister could come in here with an order and make sure that the Dark Soul dies and becomes his own name. Then he can maybe move the Chaos Spawn closer. Fails in Weapon of Destruction. Let's see if Crowley opens up somewhere here. There needs to be a weakness to exploit for SlaineMor seems to be afraid to do anything. It seems like that to me. SlaineMor is just sitting here on top of the plaza, turn after turn after turn, and he's being picked apart. That's basically what's happening here. If he has any Crimson Shades who can boost initiative a little bit on his units, you can see that he could get 2 turns in a row. Maybe that could change things a bit. But at this moment I don't see that SlaineMor has the resources for it. And remember that zombies, for as good as they are, cannot use consumables, which is not that great. Still yes, blue and white consumes. Oh yeah, because so the Chaos Spawn only got plus 10%, not plus 15. Wrong of me. But since they cannot use consumables, they are at a disadvantage here compared to most other henchmen. Yes, jump up. I think you'll get an attack slightly cheaper if you do jump up here. So you could get a third attack off. Yeah, yeah, of course, the Dark Soul is not in the way here for the climb up spot, as well as the Chaos Spawn. That Chaos Spawn moved very close towards the climb up point, just after the, yes, under the bridge. Seem to fail the climb up here, just like the first zombie did. Might try again though. Yeah. No, succeeds at it. Let's see. Do you get it? Yeah. See, that's the sound that I was looking for. That means that the next attack is 1 red pill cheaper. So we're gonna see 3 attacks from this Dark Soul here on the zombie. Yeah, it's time to finish this for Crowley. Gonna put SlaineMor out of his misery. Has the numerical advantage, has everything really. Can't really understand why the vampire went into careful approach and then behind two zombies in a stance. No one can reach him, no one can shoot at him. But overly cautious. Overly cautious, and besides the mistake with the flank that might have been a little bit what's costing SlaineMor the game here, he does not have any kind of range advantage here. He needed to advance on Crowley, not the other way around. Instead Crowley was allowed to circle around and pick off targets here and there, and this is what we get. It's not over yet entirely, but it doesn't look that great. This Dark Soul will be a little bit isolated. Let's see if Crowley can actually, or SlaineMor can actually pull through all of his resources and kill this Dark Soul right away. Oof, that does hurt. Weapon of Destruction on that axe as well. Ouch. Must have switched weapons or something to be needing that adrenaline rush. Yeah, use insult before you charge. Easy to hit now. If you move a little slightly more to the right, you could have charged. There we go. Nice hit. Nice hit. So if you can be lucky and hit one more time. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can definitely bring down one of the Negans and help evening out the score here. It's still 3-0 now, bro. 2 henchmen and the Necromancer being down. I don't know, this just frustrates me when I see it's the same with Crowley. We see they don't seem to realize that they can cycle back and forth. They only cycle their options towards from one end to the other, and then when you accidentally click past something, they have to go all the way around again instead of just clicking to the left once. Alright, Vampire, can you actually get in there? Let's see. I think you should be able to... Who is firing at you? Can you get in there? No, you cannot. You need to go back. Lost a bit of movement. Can actually get in here on the Dark Soul though. Maybe you have madcaps or something. Why do you have a talisman, SlaineMor? Against Cult of the Possessed is one of the few... I guess if you suspected Doom Weavers, maybe it would have been useful. So... yeah, I mean, you can jump down here, and... maybe you want to do that? I don't know. But they're gonna want to climb up, alright, so best... But just stay there in a stance instead. Why are you delaying, waiting for the vampire thrall? Could go around and start hitting on this Dark Soul that went up to the left here as well. There we go. Seems to have overpower. Pretty cool spell. Pretty cool ability, I mean. There's a normal attack. Regular combat focus, a plus 10% hit chance with an overpower. No, regular attack. Again. Well, that succeeded very well. Stunned the opponent here. Maybe the Dark Soul is pretty dead now. Even the Necromancer should be able to put in a decent amount of damage with the staff here, the sight-looking staff. And no one is gonna target the Vampire Thrall anyway. Yeah, just enter a Web of Steel here. Why so undecisive? Come on, SlaineMor. Let's wrap this game up. Doesn't have Web of... Oh, there we go. There we go. Web of Steel. Yeah. It's a no-brainer.
A new round has started.
Could be referred to both the zombie and the choice. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Hopefully not, but at this pace I might be. What kind of damage do you do then? 30 hits. Oh, it's better to use life stealers. Better to use life stealers. Come on. And one more should kill off this unit. Yes, there we go. At least one kill for SlaineMor here. See if you can put yourself somewhere where you're not. Alright, so yeah, really poor move here by SlaineMor. This keeps happening. I mean, why use exhaustion? Take 30 damage to get a lousy stance that might not even help you cancel the damage. Why not just move out of range instead? It is a ranged character after all. Because I'm worried about people jumping up on the jump up point, and I think that could happen. And we saw the Dark Souls were circling around, and if they come up here, they could very well go in there and start hurting the poor Necromancer. Careful approach is on the Vampire. The Vampire is well behind cover and can't be shot at. Second time in a row. Hadn't used careful approach, he could have had another attack in on the Dark Soul. Crowley also being very undecisive here. You see that this is the thing with 90 seconds, you know, it's perfectly alright to have 90 seconds. You could even go down to a lower number, 75 seconds or 60-second turns. It's very viable to still be able to do your turn. It's just that many players, they sit around too much. Okay. Starting to wrap up a little bit of damage. Just before the time is ending. Wow, yeah. Not a great call there by Crowley. Not even looking at the time. So we'll be taking 60 damage next turn for absolutely nothing. I think that if SlaineMor actually caught that and was aware, since the Globadier didn't even move out of range, you know, you could just go out here with your own Globadier and kill the other Globadier. One that we just saw you being used. Or just use the Necromancer to kill him. He's out in the open. He's taking damage already. He's gonna take 60 damage next turn. Just make sure that he dies. And he cannot be healed, since this is the last unit that can... oh well, yeah, I guess one of the Dark Souls could, or the Magic could come up there with some heal 20 wounds. Healing drops. Healing a few more. Are they taking that much damage? I suppose a little bit. Going heavy with the healing. Yeah, I could probably get up there, no? Yeah, want to go up by the bridge. Good call. Oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. I mean that for SlaineMor to lose here, he needs to lose quite a few units. I said 5 earlier, but of course we are referring to units that are not zombies. Since zombies, you don't lose any morale from them. Ugh, ugh. I don't know what the chances of that was, but yeah, maybe there just isn't any critical hit resistance for SlaineMor's units either. Crusher and Smasher does give a very high percentage of scoring a critical hit. It's plus 8% for each of them. You probably want to go into a fight here where the Gift of Savagery, wow, this is gonna be hurtful. It's plus 15% melee damage, by the way, for a few times. Yeah, SlaineMor knows what it is. So, go out! No, go out there and kill the Globadier. Go out there and kill the Globadier! Okay, it was the Globadier that's actually full health, alright. But you can still kill him. Why don't you just open with a crippling shot instead? I think I misinterpreted the first time with the attack. I think I thought he did a crippling shot at the start, but he did not. And it's the same here, opening with a regular shot. Yeah, not a great hit chance. Well, could have at least used warp poison if you were gonna target him. Hopefully doesn't stand in the door opening. I think you had the opportunity here to kill the Globadier. I wish that had been the course taken. I think the most effective thing here would have been a crippling shot on the Chaos Spawn, and then going out there and doing 3 shots on the Globadier, and then Necromancer can finish the Globadier off. Let me see a little bit of a focus here on on the spawn. But who will go and hold up the spawn? Yeah, why not? You're gonna get 3 attacks off. Aren't you? Yep, you are. 1 attack. No, it's not block. This is a mistake. So even the veteran players do this. If you have space to disengage, you don't block. You need to have an insufficient amount of space to move the character to block it. Why? Why use adrenaline rush in that? Alright. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong about that. I think it is -1 OP. Maybe there's a hit plus hit chance or something. I'm pretty sure it was a plus cheaper attack for the first attack when you do jump up like that or jump down. More people filing in. I think it's a little bit of a mistake just not to go with the chaos spawn into any unit. Anything would have been a good choice. Like the vampire thrall and reach that from there with order. Yep, this is what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid of. Like, okay, what is the single dodge stance worth here? You took 30 damage for this dodge stance. What is it worth? Absolutely nothing. 54% chance and you fail it. Well, it was a gamble. It would be much better to stay out of reach. But I think the Necromancer can disengage, but he might not have too many options of where to go. Ooh, since you can't target the Chaos Spawn now, could probably start doing some orders here on the Dark Soul against the Necromancer. Is that possible? And we see him lurking around, trying to find a good angle. Since he's watching from this angle, I think, yeah, I think it's possible. Yes, it is. Weapon of Destruction. And here comes the order. Marcus Hellgate, you could have really poor utilization of these two Necromancers. They are very good units, but they need to be used. well. Adrenaline Rush, gonna see a third order here. Gonna finish off the Necromancer, isn't it? Yep, and we are seeing some morale being dropped here for SlaineMor. Only have 22 left, that's another hero death. And who are we that's gonna be hurt here? We have the Globadier, we have the Vampire Troll, and of course we have the Vampire. Any one of those needs to die. For Crowley to make sure that he has won this. Could get a second kill here. Vampire should be able to finish off this Dark Soul. Maybe he can even go into the Chaos Spawn after this. Alright, Mastered Frenzy. So I'm gonna do a bit more damage. Miss! Just needs to connect once. That's all he needs. Come on! Don't be so unlucky! You can do it! Oh, wow! Wow! There we go. There we go. So a second kill here for SlaineMor. Nice for him, but it's not that big. Oh, imagine if you used Mad Capsule from the beginning. Another Adrenaline Rush. Bit more damage, just 250 now, and this is in a spot where the Chaos Spawn could probably go and really hurt you. Of course the zombie is standing in the way, but I don't like this. Taking 30 damage to do an oil bomb? Well, that would have at least been better than doing nothing. Not that high of a hit chance. Doesn't have... yeah, he does have Adrenaline Rush. Okay. Doesn't use it. Well, this is nice. Combat focus, maybe? But... Wait. Wasn't this Dark Soul in the stands? I think so. Don't start with an overpower, please. Don't start with an overpower. Mandrake Root, plus 10% armor, but a lot less, I think 75% as stun resistance. So let's hope that the headshot guys don't try an overpower anyway, misses it entirely. Takes a bit of damage every time, alright. No! Yeah, he does have a parry. He does have a parry, SlaineMor. Ah, good lord. I need to pay attention to what's actually happening.
A new round has started.
How can two players that take such a long time on them not pay attention when their opponent is moving? Use the minimap. Into a stance, and what kind of stance? Remember if they're gonna take 60 damage at the start of their turn or not. Remember if they took a Crimson Shade. Anything to help you out. A headshot on the Vampire Thrower would be devastating. She has probably 0 chance of succeeding due to the Mandrake Root. Hear the nice bubbling sound in the background of the sticky sludge. Wow, considerably higher hit chance here for the second attack. Does he have that rune that gives you a plus extra hit chance if you missed? Yeah, maybe. So, failed. That's done. Resistance check. There we go. Allowed to live. Very healthy. See what kind of damage you can do. Would be nice to... You'd probably kill that zombie, no? Let me jump up here instead though. Suppose. But that zombie is almost dead, basically. If you could have killed him, you would have freed up a highway for the Chaos Spawn to go into the Vampire Leader, who is not in a stance right now and doesn't really have access to any decent stances. Tries another hedge. Why? Yeah, he does definitely have that rune. I forgot what it's. It says rune of perseverance. It gives plus 20% hit chance if you missed once, and the AI uses that a lot. That might be it. Mentions another stun. The good thing about that, since he was focusing on it so much, is that if you do have to take a route test, for example, if the spawn and the leader here kills the vampire thrall, then you automatically fail the route test if your leader is stunned or the character is about to take a stun. Then it's an automatic failure. You would have thought it would have passed down to another character or something when you take the tests since a leader was incapacitated, but no, it's actually just a straight auto-failure. Now they start doing a bit of damage on this another global there. Well, Crimson Shade would have made sure you went for him and could have done attacks 2 turns in a row. Instead we see Elven Wine. Plus 20% critical hit resistance. There we go, Crimson Shade. Of course that makes Crippling Shot useless, since it's not gonna do anything. Because it's gonna be this Globadier's turn before that other Globadier gets to start their turn, which means that the Crippling Shot will have faded away. Oh, can you actually get in there? Oh, this could be nice. Can you get at the leader? Yes, you can. Oh, that poor ICU that we saw earlier. Might even want to... Know that this Chaospawn has the access to Daredevil. This is Blood Offering. Cool. To see the Daredevil after all, let's bring that up quickly here. Just increases lots of melee damage. See crazy numbers here. Remember that it is Still, Crusher Smasher Chaos Bomb, which means it's like carrying double maces, and that's the most damage you can ever do. With a very decent chance of scoring a critical hit as well. Yeah, not taking too much damage. She'll be alright. She'll be alright. Defensive stance, good to have in mind. Means that you can overpower as much as you want to. It's only about hit chance. Still having Weapon of Destruction here, as you see. Yeah, it's worth it. Might actually see this Globadier dying now from the Magister. Probably will be a full high priority target. Needs to climb up. This is tricky. Could also go for order on Chaos Spawn here. Yeah, does order on the Chaos Spawn. Might kill off the Vampire Leader here momentarily. And there we go, and that's gonna be a route
Your
test.
warband morale is critically low.
Gonna be a route test for SlaineMor. Gonna see another order here then, hopefully on that Dark Soul, which is killing off the Globadier. Or on this Dark Soul. Alright, Weapon of Destruction. Neat. Could probably go and kill the zombie here too. Yeah, it's going to do that. 200 damage. Good lord. Yeah, that really hurts. And a final attack is gonna kill off that zombie too. $227. Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. Might go into the Vampire Thrall. But we're gonna see a route test coming up here, and it's gonna be the Globadier or the Vampire Thrall that has to take it. The Vampire Thrall has 12 for maximum. Gonna see. Yeah, that might have been the last thing happening in this match. Let's see. Route test coming up. What's happening? Will SlaineMor succeed to suffer more injuries? Yeah, route test failure. It's yes, that's good. 12 leadership, that was on the Vampire Thrall. We saw her because she had mastered insult, that's why we knew that. So, congratulations, a 7-2 victory here for Crowley. SlaineMor is out of the tournament, thanks for participating. Crowley will go on to the losers bracket. Gonna hope he has a good chance over there. We see 7-2. That will conclude the group stage actually, and I don't think we need to see anything more. So Thank you for watching, and I will see you later on for the next match. Farewell for now.